Tabba-dabba. Knock knock, who's there? A surprise Kirby demo, that's who. A surprise Kirby demo, that's who? Don't cry, you're just an owl. So Nintendo randomly dropped a Kirby demo today. Very happy to see that. So, I mean, like, there's part of me that kind of didn't want to, because I want to go in fresh, but no, I played it, I gotta play it, and here I am, talking to you about it. It's almost surprising, too, that they released a demo for this, because I would say I'm enjoying it pretty much exactly as much as I expected based on the trailers. You know, I don't know, it really is just kind of like, you get what you see there, but like what I see there is really great. It's just kind of like, yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's not really one of those like, I really needed to try it to like get it. Whatever though, demos are cool. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. Naturally, already very excited about the idea of a 3D Kirby game. But you know what also has got me pretty excited? You boot up the game right off the bat. What's that? Difficulty modes! Yeah! Hooray! Oh, I love it. Oh yes, you got the smooth sailing mode or whatever it's called. You got the easy mode and you got the breeze, the ocean breeze. Sorry, I didn't write it down. I'm just the ocean breeze soap mode, and then super hardcore explosion mode. Not really. Whatever. I don't actually know what the difference is between these. You know, I'll have to play the full release to know. I don't know if the hard mode is actually that much harder, but I'm seeing it here, and that alone makes me happy. So obviously, like, the visuals are awesome. The opening cutscene is just really nice and really smooth, and everything is really pretty. It's fun, it's exciting, it goes into the game, and you know, this is really just like the opening area of the game, and and again, it looks just as good as it did in the trailers, which was really good. It's this feel, it's this sense of place that I love. You wake up on the beach, and I love the natural way that you kind of just like move from place to place. Like it's not, you know, it's not open world, and it is, you know, it's pretty linear. It's not, I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more open where you could at least navigate between areas. At least according to this, it does seem to be mostly like, you know, linear, hop into a level, get to the end. But it doesn't really feel limiting. Like, I really don't mind, because like the set pieces are so nice, the environments are so just like rich and packed with detail, and the way you move through and the camera swings around and you just kind of like naturally move between scenarios, it's really, really nice. I think they've done a really, really good job of taking just the post-apocalyptic city feel and kind of cartoonifying it a little bit, so you've still got this really nice mood, especially later, I'm sure, when we start to see some of the, you know, weirder, darker areas or whatever. And just, I don't know, kind of converting it over to the Kirby style, so it's like, it's definitely something that we've never seen in a Kirby game, but it doesn't look horribly out of place. It's all very rich, it's colorful, it's alive, it's, I don't know, just so far it is just, it's a joy to look at. That's really it. It's just, they clearly packed just all of the presentation, all of it. They've clearly done a ton of work here. And it's the kind of game that, like, I absolutely cannot wait to see just what there is later in the game and what other areas you go to, because each one so far is just so rich and cool. And the gameplay is really nice. It's Kirby in 3D, and that alone is just something I'm like coming to grips with. You know, it's very weird and new, but it also feels natural, because that's just what happens when you take a character and a gameplay and put it into 3D. I mean, it's basically what you would expect from a 3D Kirby. I know there have been a couple, like, 1 or 2 spin-off titles where you can technically move around in 3D, but you know what I'm saying. It's real 3D Kirby. So far, I'd say my biggest, probably not a worry, but just kind of like a thing I'm looking out for. And that's something that, you know, a lot of us were wondering before we played the game, is just like, how does floating work? Because that's the thing about Kirby, and that's one thing that could potentially complicate a game like this, is if you can float forever, then how do you have any, like, kind of vertical challenges? And their answer here was to kind of have it so that you can only float a certain distance from the ground, but then, like, when you land on a higher platform, that distance moves with you. which is a little bit awkward. It's a little strange that you're like, oh, I'm trying to get up a little bit more. Oh, but I can't. I just gotta put my feet down, and then suddenly I can go up further, you know, from like I don't know, a narrative standpoint. It doesn't really make sense, and so there's like a little bit of a dissonance going on, you know, when I'm doing some platforming. It's a pretty minor gripe, and it's something I'm sure I'll get used to, but I'm definitely, I don't know, I'm just sort of, it's interesting to kind of feel out and think about. And I just have to hope that it doesn't really impact any of the platforming challenges throughout the game. Probably won't, we'll see. Obviously, compared to other Kirby games, it's a little bit trickier to like hit enemies now. You know, you suck up a star or whatever, you send an attack, and you now have to aim a lot more finely in order to hit enemies, and I do find myself kind of missing sometimes, but it's another thing to just kind of get used to. It's a thing you'd expect from a 3D game, but I do have to say that even alone by itself is already so much more fun to me. And I know this is my 3D bias coming out, but just I like 3D games more than 2D ones. I just think they're more fun and engaging, and even just the simple act, moving Kirby around, doing stuff in 3D, actually having to aim my attacks, it's already just fun, just so much more engaged. And then you add on top the beautiful environments and all the fun mechanics and stuff. So like right away, I know I'm not a big Kirby guy, but like I like this Kirby game a whole lot, and definitely a whole lot more than I did Star Allies. But we're not talking about that today. I will say there is more Mouthful mode than I expected. I don't know, it just kind of seemed like one of those, not rare, but just one of those power-ups that like comes up every once in a while, or like once at the end of the level. But like, no, like you're sucking up that car like right away. You're driving around a ton, and there's, you know, like even just in this short little thing, there's a vending machine, you get the cone multiple times. It's really something that you kind of slip in and out of pretty frequently, at least at this point in the game. Later, who knows? But so far, I like them. It's just another layer of stuff to do and ways to interact on top of the regular copy abilities. It really just adds a lot of variety to the gameplay, you know? It's just got like a good momentum. You move, a little platforming, you get some copy ability stuff, you get some Mouthful mode stuff, and like I said, despite it being linear, like it's still a whole lot of fun, because even within that linear structure, you are, you know, moving around, exploring, there's already secrets to find. And if anything, you can consider the linearness a bit of a plus, because it means there's, you know, like in a good 2D platformer, there's no real downtime. You just kind of moving, flowing from one task to the other, and it's good. I guess I don't even know what else to say about the gameplay. You get it. It's Kirby. You copy stuff, you shoot stuff, you hit stuff, and I'm having a lot of fun so far. Oh, there's the boss. Don't forget the boss. They, you know, the common demo thing, they kind of skipped a few. It's probably like the boss at the end of the first world or something, but they just give us the boss battle. It's the gorilla from the trailer, and I really like it. I haven't been able to really play with it a lot, but Kirby's now got like he's got like a block ability, which is neat because it kind of enables these bigger boss battles. In theory, you know, like you can have these bigger, more sweeping attacks, because like in another more traditional 3D action game, you know, you have these big old bosses and you've got attacks and you can block, and a big part of it is avoiding the attacks. And I don't know, it just gets a little bit more complicated when you throw in that third dimension, and so I can see there being there's a lot of potential here. The boss was trickier than I expected. I only fought it once, but I almost died. I almost died to the first boss, the first major boss in this Kirby game. And it's not that it was hard, but the fact that on my first, you know, if I did it a second time, I probably would have destroyed it, but that's still something. It still took effort. I had to avoid its attacks. That's what I like to see. Nobody was there doing all the fighting for me. No, it's great. Visually, it's great. You get a fun little cutscene before the gorilla. I don't know. It's just cool. Presentation is good. They put a lot of effort into it, and I guess that's really all I've got to say so far. Pretty short demo, you know, few levels, gorilla boss, but it's fun. I'm really, really looking forward to the whole thing. So is Kane. Me and Kane talking about how fun it is. It's a cool game. So let me know what you think about Kirby and the Forgotten Land and the demo. What do you think about the demo? Down in the comments, and wish me luck just wish me luck, because I still got a Pokemon Legends Arceus review to put out. I still haven't put out the Metroid Dread review. I got a lot to do, and I want to get it done before Kirby, because I don't want the Kirby review to be months late either. So keep me in your thought. And I got Elden Ring, which is like pulling all of my attention away from wanting to do anything. So yeah, Kirby review coming soon. Have a good day. Bye.